Okay, we're back with another one of Will AI Replace My Job?
And now these people from the future are showing up and offering to do the same work for next to nothing. They took our jobs. Yeah, they do.
They took our jobs.
Well, Amazon boss seems to think so. Now, this is an article from the BBC, and there are comments here, so we're going to have a lovely look at those. But before that, let's just see what Andy Jassy says. And bear in mind, it is extremely hot right now, so if you see me melting, that is the reason why. But the boss told staff to embrace artificial intelligence and warned the technology will lead to a smaller corporate workforce in the next few years. Imagine that. Your head boss is saying to you, be prepared to lose your job. Can't make this stuff up. And, he urged his employees to be curious about AI, basically to start doing jobs that will basically make sure that you do not lose your job. And he said, we need a few people doing some of the jobs that are being done today, and more people doing other types of jobs. So basically saying, get involved in AI or you're going to fall behind and you're going to be screwed over. Now, whilst I do think AI has potential to replace quite a lot of jobs, if you've seen Amazon, you'll notice that they seem to think AI is going to replace everything. Like, literally everything. Even driving jobs they think they're going to replace. Here we go. Amazon using virtually every corner of the company and expects the technology to eventually perform routine tasks such as shopping and daily chores. Many of these agents have yet to be built, but make no mistake, they're coming and coming fast. He wrote, saying staff who embrace such changes would be well positioned at the company. He said, 500,000 of the sellers on the platform were already using the company's AI tools to create information about their products, while advertisers were also adopting to AI offerings. Well, what does embrace the change mean to him? It basically means be one of the few 1% probably that can do something, like an engineer for AI technology, or somebody who can work with the machines and build them. They're the only 1% he really wants. Everyone else he does not care about. Now, as we said, we got some comments quickly. It is going to be prevalent in all sorts of jobs, whether we want it or not. There will be jobs losses, and that is unfortunate. But the even greater drive for more profit seems to be unstoppable. At some point, though, the companies will realize that when they automate everybody's jobs, there will be no consumers that have the money to spend. That's a very, very, very good point. Except the rich people, and the rich people, they're always going to buy, so. And true, they have banked enough money, so it's not going to bother them. This is the one I like. Embrace AI, and then we'll sack you. However, staff realizing that AI is only ever going to be as good as the information you input. So like with any job, keep some knowledge to yourself. That is also true. Amazon tells staff to embrace AI, whilst warning they could lose their jobs because of it. Good one. Who benefits from AI? If half the world don't have jobs, who's going to be the buying the goods? Will the reduced costs be passed on top customers? What if we all just said no? Would AI bubble burst? And, these are some good arguments. And the reason I find this all funny is because, again, they want to sit there and say, AI is going to take over all these jobs. Here we go. AI is going to replace everybody in several fields, according to the godfather of AI. Here's who he says should be terrified. And Geoffrey Hinton is the person who's pioneering in this work. Now, this is really funny. Okay, so he's 78 years old. He's a Nobel Prize winner, often called the godfather of AI. And he says these people will be replaced, which I found really funny. Where is it? Hilton gave one example, noting that paralegals were at risk of losing their jobs to AI, and said that he would be terrified to work in a call center right now due to the potential for automation. Now, in case you're wondering what type of job this is, let me just throw it up on Google so you've got an idea off the top of your head. Here we go. Paralegals are legal professionals who assist lawyers by performing tasks like legal research, drafting legal documents, providing legal information to clients. While they don't give legal advice, they play a vital role in the legal process and can be stepping stone to become qualified lawyers. Now, you can also have people that just, supervise documents and all that type of stuff. And this is funny. This is really funny. They think AI is going to replace it. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Here we go. Lawyer used ChatGPT in court and cited fake cases a judge is considering sanctions. Happened in 2023, and I'm going off of memory for how I remember it, because I actually watched an in-depth video ages ago. But what happened was, the lawyers got ChatGPT, typed it to find the cases. It cited a bunch of cases that were not real, all fake, and they went into court with these fake cases. And at one point, the judge just had to stop them. He was like, "Dude, what the heck are you on about? None of this is relevant to the case." And eventually, they just had to come clean and say, "Yeah, we used ChatGPT, and it gave us all the cases, and we used that for our defense." Yeah, that was not a good look. That really wasn't, because I think it was a Utah court, and it sanctioned them eventually. Yeah, because it was using non-existent court cases. And you can imagine how bad that would be if both sides were both using fake cases and they got into an argument and they were like, these are people, look, if someone committed a crime, murdered someone, and you've got ChatGPT running your case, and then they go in there and they're, using examples from fake cases to try and prove a point, that is not good in any way. That not only destroys your case, but that could also get the person, who's relying upon this lawyer to end up failing and just, go to prison because they had no argument, because it was all false citations. And yeah, he believes jobs like this, other jobs, where the AI goes and does the research and finds the documents, are all going to be fine. Another thing I find funny is, now Google's bad as well, so, I'm not going to just blame AI, but Google's bad. Well, actually, let me try it. I don't use ChatGPT, but let me just do something for all you anime fans sometimes. And this is something I always find simple, because I just prove my point as to why you don't just believe the first thing you read. Here we go. Right, hold on. In Naruto, can Jinchurikis be put under Genjutsu? Alright, ChatGPT, what are you going to say? Okay, it's good. It says yes, they can be put under it. That's correct. Here's how it works. Don't care about that. There we go. Summary. Yes, they can be caught in Genjutsu. They can break out of their tail beast. They're not automatically immune unless they're strong cooperation. Really? Hold on. Even VG, extremely powerful Genjutsu like Tsukiyomi or Infinite Tsukiyomi can affect Jinchuriki. Infinite Tsukiyomi, for example, caught all the Jinchuriki with running gun under its spell. Okay. Limitations, tail beast assistance, basically Jinchuriki, like any other ninja, can fall to Genjutsu, especially if they don't have strong mental defenses. For example, okay, see, that is very good. That is very good. ChatGPT is good at this. But, again, if you type it in on Google and you see, what people ask and try to get your quick answer, right here it says, they are immune to it. See what AI does? AI can easily just grab anything and say, yeah, they're immune. And quite a lot of the time when I was typing it in, it just kept saying they were immune. And the first article was always wrong. And that's the problem here. Getting onto your research, it might seem all good in that, but they don't fact check it a lot of the time. And you can even ask them, was it written by AI? And a lot of the time, they'll just say yes. And then some people aren't going to want to use it because it's got no human input. So you don't even know if it's good or not. So I went on to a tantrum there, but AI will not just be. They think it will. I mean, it probably will replace the jobs because again, the bosses can replace them, but it's going to cause them so much problems in the long run. But if we jump back, women mistaken for horrible English. Women mistaken for thief after shop face scan alert. This woman in the UK would go into Home Bargains and for £10 theft. That's the funny thing. She later discovered she was falsely accused of stealing about £10 worth of items after her profile was added to facial recognition watch list to prevent shoplifting. £10, okay? That's probably one big bag of toilet roll. Like, I'm talking about the ones that come with, in the UK, maybe 18-pack, or maybe it's, I don't know, 3 small packs. 4 small packs, really. Facial recognition recognized her and would flag her up, and she was seen as a shoplifter. Facial recognition, you know, the most brilliant thing that people love to use to find people. Now, facial recognition is good, but what happens if something changes with my face? It's pointless. It doesn't work all the time. And AI is good to be assistant. I don't fault that. I love that if it can assist. That you shouldn't just rely upon it for everything, because this woman got kicked out of 2 Home Bargains because of facial recognition. And when she tried to get in contact with the company that does it, she didn't. Oh, well, sorry, they just didn't reply to her. They just ignored her. Face watch. Yeah, because they don't want to acknowledge there was a problem with it. And what happens when they get older? Because I always say there could be problems with your face, but what happens when they get older? When they get older, it's no longer going to be useful anymore unless they choose to update it. And no one's going to go there to just update it. Because why would I want to if, you know, I'm on a facial recognition thing? And mistaken identity does happen. Like, for example, throughout my lifetime, I've never seen anyone on the street who looks like me. But I did find a famous, I think it was rugby player or American football, I don't remember. He looked like me. Identical. I'm talking identical. And there was a footballer one time who I saw who looked identical to me as well. So if they committed a crime and facial recognition, you know, there was a system that just kept everything, next time I go in there, I'm going to get blamed. But who knows? I might grow my hair out. I could probably put some dreads on or something. Maybe then it wouldn't be able to get it. But because it's facial recognition that takes the face, it probably would just grab that. And again, you come into more problems. So when it becomes serious and it starts making mistakes, I can see people backpedaling a bit. But most companies who can get away with it, they're going to just do it. Like Amazon, they'll just do it and just keep paying the funds for any mishaps. And eventually you'll get something like this. This is the fun one. Where is it? Here we go. AI robots are getting out of control. Yeah. That robot probably, you know, watched the boxing videos of the AI robots and was like, hey, I want to get involved as well. But the point here is, what they're going to do when that robot attacks someone. Because this is what they want to do in the future. They want to have humanoids in your house. Now, I think IShowSpeed, he's got one.
Come on, bro, let's go. Come on. Hey, there you go. Hey, there you go. Pump it, pump it, pump it, pump it, pump it, pump it, pump it. Yeah, 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 yeah.
And at the moment, it's basic. It's I don't know what he uses it for. I know they were advertising it as a companion, but I don't think he needs that. Romantic companion. But they want to have them in everyone's house. Now, the funny thing is, if trying to make them, we could probably buy them in the West because they might be, well, America, you ain't got a chance, but they'd probably be cheaper for us other countries. But they want to have them in the house. And what happens when, say, somebody just reprograms it and say someone breaks in and kills them. If they come into the house, it mistakes them for breaking in and it just takes their life. Or it starts running amok. Or you teach it how to shoot a gun at people. there's a lot of problems. Now, again, I understand you can't blame the tool, you blame the person. But it's got artificial intelligence. That's the problem. It can do whatever it wants once it gets updated and there's a little flaw in the system. Because they do test them, but they are not perfect. And with my next video, which I will be popping out, you're going to see some driving ones, because Amazon, oh boy, you've got to love Daddy Amazon, they believe that AI can replace delivery drivers. And with my series of will AI replace my job, delivery driving is an interesting one, because that is advanced AI. But it is so hot, I'm gonna end it here. Point is, don't believe everything you hear from these big people. Look, they give their input, they're just human, they make mistakes, they like to imagine things. Boys with toys, we all know it. Girls with toys as well. But do not just assume because somebody said it, it's going to happen. They are very, very, very far away from it being a reality. But again, some jobs, they will be replaced. Okay? And a lot of the times, it just makes more sense to offset it to another country like India. Because I know another company that's just done that. My brothers are working for there. And yeah, they've offset, I think, over 300 jobs over there. And eventually, once the Indians get good at the other more important jobs, they'll offset it over there too, because it's just cheaper. And fun fact, that is more cheaper than having an AI who's going to cost millions, and you have to get it all right as well. The stuff, there's certain stuff I think AI works beautifully for, like the Disney ones where they've got it in there, and I think they use them as princess. If they haven't done that yet, they should do that. Or nurses, where you go into a hospital. I think that's good as well. Just don't give it super advanced stuff like, oh, let me diagnose you, like we see in movies, and you should be good. Because it might diagnose you and be like, hey, you've got cancer or something like that. It's not going to go down good, even if it's wrong. But yeah, are those people safe for their jobs? Researchers and that, I can't remember the exact word. I can see you being replaced in the future, but for important things where you really have to research important stuff, like legal stuff, maybe even finance, they might not even put them on there. Finance, it could, but a lot of the time when money goes missing, somebody has to go in there and find out where it is. And if, you know, there was a misprint in somebody's details, it didn't send the money to them and it sent it to someone else, people aren't going to be happy. So I can see it not replacing, I can see it replacing quite a lot of jobs that require people to do research and document things, but it will not take the very important ones. I think humans will still have to be there, and maybe in the next 20 years, then people won't be hiring for them near enough at all. You'll just have like a few selected people at the top who learn to do it, and then they just manage that. But I can see AI taking those jobs, but it will not be. It will not be happening that soon. Okay, where you're saying you should get prepared for it to happen. I can see you getting fired regardless, because it's a company. The company will fire you for the most little things to test something, and then they'll backpedal afterwards. So I can see you getting fired if you're in those type of jobs. But don't worry, AI will not be stealing your job. It will just make it harder to get more work. Because also, you got to remember, you got to be rich to have these things. They're luxury stuff. So the really, really big companies will go get them and play with them and do all the testing for the people that are developing them. But the small companies where they can't afford it, they're going to just need your skills. So it, you know, it's probably going to reduce how much you're worth, but you will still have a job. It's not going to make it completely obsolete. But yes, that is, will AI replace my job? We will be doing delivery driving next, because that's a fun one. There's quite a lot of videos for that one, whereas this one was articles. But alas, that is all I have to say.
Help, buddy. Help. Help. Go forward. Go forward. Go. I'll help you. There you go. You're
Thank you. Have a nice day.
Self-driving car doesn't know which direction to go. Good old self-driving cars.